I've been meaning to record this video for a while. Hopefully this one makes it to YouTube. I've been thinking about sharing my experiences, the experiences I've had as a child growing up. It's a lot. Whenever I would go on my Facebook and I would post an episode or something, persons would reach out to me in the comments, my messages to say the stories are so inspiring, you need to create a YouTube channel, you need to write a book, you need to go on a talk show. And yes, I started writing a book, but I think we call it writer's block for those who write. 1 minute I'm there scribbling away for hours, and another time for days, for weeks. I just don't feel like writing anything. So I decided to go find a medium that's faster, which would be YouTube. Because each time there are situations with persons who have been through similar things that I have, some not as bad as mine, and when I start sharing my story, you will understand why I say that. What I was saying is that whenever I see somebody going through situations, whether it's a random post I see on the internet, or whether it's in news, or whether it's, passing by on the road, I would feel bad. I miss my chance to actually share my story that would actually give some people some form of hope, to let them feel like they're not alone in this and it's not the end of the world and nothing lasts forever. When I was a kid and I was going through my situations and I felt suicidal, I felt depressed, I felt doomed, every word that you can think of, that's bad, that's how I felt growing up. And I know that persons who might end up seeing this video who knows me and knew of my childhood growing up, they would probably say, oh, she ungrateful because our mother do her best and our granny do her best. But guess what? Sometimes behind closed doors, there are things that are swept under the carpet. Parents normally advise you to keep your mouth shut, let sleeping dogs lie, don't bring it out in the public, don't tell strangers, that kind of stuff. And they're not doing it because it was or is the right thing to do. They're doing it because of them. They're trying to save face. So they have this facade like everything is perfect and they're providing so well for their children, but then behind closed doors, it's a life of betrayal and hurt and anger. I was there, I survived it, and I would like to share my story so others can benefit from, even if giving somebody a glimmer of hope to say this is not the end of it and you'll make it. So, a little bit about myself for those who don't know me and those who probably seen me and don't know much about me. My name is Shauna, and I was born in the most beautiful parish in Jamaica, that is Portland. I was born in this small community called Buff Bay. It's a coastal town, so we're basically on the seaside, and it's very beautiful. Where I live, it's like about 5 minutes walk from the seaside there, so most times I'll just take a walk down there and I'll go sit with my thoughts and try to figure out life and all of that. I am the third child, first girl from my mom out of 6. She has 3 girls and 3 boys. And my dad, I am the first child for him out of 4, and he got 2 girls and 2 boys. And I was born May 28th. And growing up for me was a struggle between both parents and step parents. You see, with my mom, she did not like my dad because of the situations. There are some things that I still don't know, and there are some things that I know, and there are some things that I've lived and I've heard growing up. So most people, when they see this video, they're probably going to think, oh, she come about that story and she was so little, or she wasn't even born yet when some things happen. But sometimes it's not the things that people tell you, it's the things that you actually grow and experience, or the things that you can speak of. So for me, those are the things that I'm going to speak of, the things that I experience myself. Yes, I'm going to include tidbits of stuff that I was told happened before I was born, but it's not something I'm going to swear by because I wasn't there. I didn't witness it, so I can't say for sure if it's true or not. But let me tell you, growing up for me, I was labeled as being black and ugly, looking like a monkey. I was going to be worthless like my worthless papa. Now I come out to nothing. These were the labels that was placed on me as a child growing up For whatever reason, I don't know. I guess maybe because my mom and my dad couldn't get along and she broke up his marriage because I came along. So I was labeled as the illegitimate child or the bastard child, one that was born out of wedlock for one person, but one was married. So my father was married, but it wasn't to my mother. So because of that, caused a scandal and I was the outcast. I didn't know my father for years. I think I met my father when I was about 6. And we lived in the same community and the community was small. So it's not like a big community where people get lost in it. And the family, my father's side of family is huge. Up to this day, we had a family reunion in June 2024. That's like a month and odd ago. And the amount of family, I didn't go, but we had this family group. And the amount of family that I saw in that group when they started posting the pictures and introducing themselves, I'm like, yep, I've passed so many people on the road who are family. And a lot of them knew me, that I was this man's child, but they chose not to acknowledge me. And that was something that made me felt abandoned as a child, less than growing up. Like nobody wanted me, I didn't belong, all of that stuff. And mind you, my mom has 2 kids before me, so I have 2 older brothers. One of them, I didn't meet him until years in 2008. I met him, and that was when he was 25 years old. So you can practically see that I only had one older brother growing up with, because I didn't know the older one until I was an adult, right? Then the one that I had growing up with, he was there. His father was around and stuff. As a matter of fact, he got 2 different daddies, but that's a story for another time. And so I was the 3rd child. And then after me, my mom had 3 kids, and these 3 kids are for one man, right? And this man became the source of a lot of my pain as a child, you know. And yes, a lot of you know who he is, and a lot of you also think I am his biological child, and a lot of you are going to say that he treated me well and he did this for me and he did that for me. But guess what? It's not always what on the outside. I keep going straight and saying all kind of things because it's my first video. It's not a scripted thing or anything. I just decided to get up and just record. So I might be talking in circles, but I do hope what I have to say actually makes sense and some people can relate and can be helpful. The other videos going forward, they're going to be more organized. I don't know about a script, but I'll see how that works. I just wanted to freelance and just go with the flow and just explain myself. That's just me. Thank you for the little much of your time that you guys gave me. I appreciate it. And as I said, next videos will be a bit more, you know, relaxed, because as you can see, I'm nervous. So I'll be posting more and I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you. Bye-bye.